Hi, I'm Phoebe and welcome back to my channel. This video is just going to be me drawing fan art for Stray Kids. That's literally all I have to say for this intro, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is actually my first time, sorry for my voice, I'm like a little sick right now, but this is my first time properly doing a digital piece. And when I say that, I mean like I'll start one and then hate how it turns out and then never finish it, and there's so many like that. But this time I was like, I want to actually finish something and make me somewhat like it. And so this time I drew Han Ji-sung, who is my bias, by the way. And I drew him in the new music video of Hollow. And I feel like, I don't know. Their music video was fire, by the way. It was really good, and their new song is really good. But, like, it's so funny to me how I feel like they're releasing songs so quickly, and I cannot keep up. Same thing with all the other groups and stuff that I want to keep up with. Like, I cannot keep up for the life of me. But I watched their music video, and it is so good. Oh, my God. I can't even, like, rave about it. Like, you just have to watch it, because it's, like, I don't even know. The visual effects are insane. And, like, I can't even imagine. Their budget must be huge because, like, how do they even... I don't even know. But one like, major factor... I don't even know how to talk. Anyways, one major part of it is that they have this, like, orb or this, like, circular thing that they're all finding. You can see me struggling to make this orb. I literally had to draw it off to the side. But, and so I looked up certain like snapshots of the music video and for Han in them, and I saw this one, and I'll try to put it on the screen, but I saw one of him just like looking down at an orb, or like one of the orbs, and it is like the most serene and pretty photo ever. Like, it is so pretty. And so I was like, I need to draw this. And so I did. This is like, it's really weird because I feel like usually when I go digital, I try to make my line art really precise, if that makes sense. I try to make it look like a coloring book where everything's connected and stuff. But I try to make it more sketchy this time to see if I would have more fun, and I did. So maybe I'll try to like find a middle ground for what I actually like when drawing, digitally that is. Because I feel like when it's more sketchy, it looks more like traditional art. Oh. I hate the way layers work. Like, I hate how you would need like multiple layers to color. It just doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Anyways, what should I talk about? Ooh. So, Stray Kids had their North America tour, like, quite recently, and I actually went. I'm going to talk about this because it's really exciting. I actually went to the, I went to the Arlington, one of the Arlington ones, and for Texas, and it was so cool and so good. And I feel like for me at least, like, I like concerts that have a lot going on. And so I've been to chill concerts before, and I love those vibes, and I like how I don't know, but you know what I mean, right? Like, if you're at a chill concert with just, like, one person, and they're not mainstream or anything, they're just kind of there, it's so chill. But I'm the type of person who loves to get hyped up about a concert, and so while I do love the chill concerts, this concert was so, like, it was so fun and so high energy. I brought two of my close friends, and we were just, like, amazed. We were literally deaf by the end of this concert, I swear, because it was so loud. We could definitely hear that music from the noise, but it was so funny because at the end of the concert, we couldn't, like, speak to each other because our voices were dead, and our hearing was literally gone. And so whenever we tried, me and my friends, whenever we tried to talk to each other, it's like we look so confused because we had no idea what we were saying. But the lights were crazy, the effects were crazy. There was like a screen in the back, and it had like crazy effects. Like when they played Giant, a giant, like in their music video, a giant was on the screen, and it looked so cool. And like it was so fun. Anyways, and we handed out freebies. I handed out like bracelets and keychains for people who are waiting in line because it's so hot. Like outside while we were waiting, because we got there early and there was still a huge line. People were just waiting in the heat, and it was so hot. Like I can't even describe. I was sweating so much, and me and my friends literally had we let our parents sit with their like umbrella in the line, and we literally just found a spot to like in the shade to sit in. It was crazy. Anyways, I'm not even talking. This is like for their like Dominate tour. I'm not even talking about their new song. What I'm drawing. I should talk about what I'm drawing. Obviously, or maybe not so obviously, I'm drawing Han. And I feel like he's one of those people that I struggle to draw with. Like if any of them that I can draw, I feel like I struggle with him because something about his face, I don't know. Like it's hard to find his likeness, if that makes sense. And so it doesn't really look like him, but it looks like him enough, and I'll keep working on it. But like the hair, I struggled with the hair. I feel like it's one of those things. This was actually my second attempt at drawing, not this picture, but at drawing Han in general. And the hair always just got me. It was just so hard. But to look like him. But I started getting the hang of it. I still like the kind of style that's going on, like how it's really sketchy and it's very like, it's loose, but it's not too loose, if that makes sense. It still looks like finished enough. And I also struggled with blending, man, like just figuring out, like I had like the airbrush, and I'm gonna try to experiment with other things, but it's so hard to like properly blend things and make it look good without making it look like, I don't know, like weird. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So that was a struggle because I was trying to blend these shadows, and whenever I used like the paintbrush blends, it would be all weird, and so I tried to use the airbrush and it was better, but it looked kind of fake. And so maybe I should try with like harsher lines. I don't even know. But me struggling with his hair. What else should I say? Oh, their new song. I'm saying and like way too much. I'm gonna become aware of it now. Their new song, Hollow, is like, I wasn't expecting it. I feel like at the concert they said they were gonna release like a lot of albums this year. Wait, let me see. I feel like Hollow is a part of an album, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a single. Well, it is now, but because I think there's going to be, oh my god, I have to look it up. But I honestly was not expecting this at all, because oh yeah, it's gonna be like a mini album, or an episode, is what you call it. It says Hollow, Parade, Never Alone, Just a Little, and yeah. Well, that's cool. I really liked their mini album before with their duets or their duos. I love Truman so much, and they played it at the concert. I wasn't expecting it. I thought they would play their solos, but they actually played their duets, and it was so cool because I love Truman. Like, that's one of my favorite songs because it has Felix and Han, and it's so amazing. And I love Cinema too because it has Lino. But yeah. It's actually funny because during the concert, I would say my biases are Han and Lino, but throughout the concert, I told myself, like, unless I would have zero voice at the end of it, I could only choose one to, like, cheer for. And so I ended up choosing Han, and I'm so sorry. I feel so bad because, like, Lino is also technically my bias because I love, like, the Min Sung whole thing. But I was only screaming for Han because at that point, I had to choose one, and I chose Han, and it's very unfortunate. It's very sad, and I'm sorry, Lino, but anyways. I literally got a poster, and I can see it now. Okay. Oh, yeah, I need to talk about this drawing. I'm all over the place. Okay. I tried to draw the orb, and it was so freaking hard drawing this orb. Like, I don't even know what I'm drawing right now. It's like, I'm not drawing anything. But it was so freaking hard drawing this orb, and I didn't even know what to do, because I was struggling, because it's reflecting off of a lot of things, but it's also, like, kind of translucent and kind of clear. And so I was trying to, like, have that effect, and I think I did a good job with, like, the surrounding colors. But still, it was tough. One thing I do like about this piece in general is the hair. Like, the bounce light, I don't know if that's what it's called, or the reflecting light. I don't think it's bounce light, but the light on his hair, like the yellowish light, and it'll look better once the background's in, but it looks so good, and I don't know, I really liked how that turned out. I like struggle in rendering anything, and so I tried, but it's still a struggle, I would say. And as you can see, I'm working on the orb more, and even like the light on his jacket, I feel like it's all kind of blended in together, and there's no harsh lines. It's kind of all merged together, and so that I could definitely work on. But yeah. I'm waiting for it to get into the background, because that's where, like, that's where it, like, kind of gets put together. And his eyes are supposed to be looking down, but hopefully it looks like eyelashes, but it kind of looks like his eyes are just really dark for some reason, adding in that cheekbone. Yes. I had a lot of fun making this, but I feel like what happens in a lot of my pieces is I really like the sketch, and then when I go in to render it, it's, like, not that great. Ooh, background. Oh, okay. I add green into the background, and I add, like, here it is. I add, like, greens and the yellows, and I try to make it somewhat, it's supposed to be, like, vines or, like, trees kind of falling or, like, dangling down. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of blurry. And I don't know if I'll have the photo up the whole time or if I'll just, like, show it. But it's kind of like a blurry background, which is really cool, and I think it's more simple to do. But it's also, like, it's hard in a way, because these shapes, like, there's some hard shapes or some, like, sharp shapes. What am I even saying? There's shapes, let's just talk about shapes. There's shapes that are, like, blurry, and there's shapes that are not so blurry, and I couldn't make the not so blurry ones, like the more defined ones, I couldn't make it look right, if that makes sense. So it ended up kind of all blurry, and it was just kind of this whole thing, and I don't even know. It was just really hard to do. And, like, I tried to add, like, the little details in the back, but overall it was overall it was really hard. And I feel like just with the blurry background, it still felt really unfinished, if that makes sense. And so I added, like, a few line art kind of things just to, put it out there. But it was also hard to do really dark values, because once it blended, it ended up making the darker areas I made lighter, and that's not what I was going for. Oh. And so, yeah, and here I'm, like, trying to figure out line art, but it was really hard, because I was like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I can't figure out the style I like in digital, and of course you're like, just do the same style you always do, but it's not the same. It's like, it's different, because I feel like since you can undo, this is one thing that I struggle with, is since there's, like, an undo button, and this may be, like, a little controversial, English is hard, oh my god, a little controversial, but I feel like the undo button just makes my art, like, worse, if that makes sense, because it makes me want to make every line perfect, and it makes it so stiff. And when I have, like, the erase, like, I'm trying to, like, erase more so I can actually get these fluid lines that I want. But whenever I try to, like, erase, I'm tired, man. Whenever I try to, whenever I undo, I just feel like I'm going back to the same thing, and it's just so, like, I don't know. It feels so stiff. I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. It feels really stiff. I didn't even go with the line art that I did right here. I just thought it was way too much. And I tried to blend it to see what it looked like, and it wasn't it. So I was like, I went back and did less lines, like, to define it. But, yeah. It's just, like, the background, the greens just make the, like, yellow in his hair and, like, on his jacket just look better. And it just looks so, like, ethereal. The image looks ethereal. I don't know about this, but I really like the picture. Like, you can see me undoing all the things I just did. Like, I really like the picture. It's so pretty. It's, like, it's very serene. What am I even saying? It's very serene. But it's really pretty. And, yeah. It's also funny to me how there's just, like, one star on his shirt. Like, underneath his jacket, there's just, like, one star, and it's, like, it's a little goofy. Because it's, like, I didn't outline it. So it's just there. I think this is what I went with. It's more sketchy, but, you know, I don't mind it. And I think it's veering to the end of the video. And thank you so much for watching. As it's finishing up, I will try to put, like, the final piece up at the end. Thank you so much for watching or listening. And I hope I can do more digital pieces in the future. It's been a while since I uploaded, and I'm not consistent at all. So I will try to work on that. But thank you so much. And yeah, bye. See you in the next one.